In the heart of 19th century France, a young sailor named Edmond Dantès stood tall and proud at the front of the ship Pharaon as it sailed into the port of Marseille. He wasn't just any sailor, he was the first mate, a respected and trusted member of the crew. And today was a special day. Not only was he returning home after a successful voyage, but he also carried exciting news for his family and employers. For Edmond, life was more than just a journey. It was a challenge to be overcome, a dream to be fulfilled, and at 19 years old, he carried within him the spirit of adventure, the strength of a true leader, and an unwavering determination to succeed. But as fate would have it, his triumphant return to Marseille would soon turn into a nightmare. Old rivalries would resurface, jealousy would take root, and betrayal would cast its dark shadow over Edmond's future. The question is, can he escape the clutches of those who seek to destroy him, or will he be lost forever? Join us as we embark on this thrilling tale of adventure and betrayal, where the young sailor Edmond Dantès must fight for his life against those who wish to destroy him. Many years before this dramatic turn of events, Edmond's life had been marked by hardship and struggle. Born into poverty in a small apartment above a tannery, he knew what it was like to go hungry and to feel the sting of being underestimated. Despite these challenges, Edmond never lost hope. With the support of his loving father, he dreamed of a better future and worked tirelessly to make it a reality. His dedication paid off when he was offered a job as a cabin boy on the Pharaon. Though the work was tough and the conditions were harsh, Edmond excelled in his duties. He was quick to learn and eager to please, which earned him the respect of his fellow sailors and the trust of Captain Leclerc. As the years went by, Edmond's reputation as a skilled sailor grew. In addition to his natural talents, he had honed his skills through hard work and practice. He was a master navigator, able to read the stars and navigate the seas with ease. He was also a skilled fighter, having sparred with fellow sailors during his downtime. His strength and agility were legendary among the crew. Then there was the matter of his appearance. Edmond was not just skilled and strong, he was also strikingly handsome. With his piercing blue eyes and unruly black hair, he was a sight to behold. This, combined with his charming personality and sense of humor, made him popular among the female population of the ports they visited. However, it was Edmond's character that truly set him apart. He was honest, trustworthy, and compassionate. He never turned his back on a friend in need and was always willing to lend a helping hand. His crewmates admired him for these qualities and trusted him with their lives. Meanwhile, back in Marseille, Edmond's father, a retired sailor himself, was eagerly awaiting his son's return. He had raised Edmond to be a strong, independent man and was proud of the young man his son had become. Edmond Sr. had faced his share of hardships in life, but he never let them break him. He was a man of honor and integrity, and he had passed those values on to his son. Edmond's return to Marseille was indeed cause for celebration. Not only had he proven himself to be an exceptional sailor, but he had also found love in Mercedes, the daughter of a wealthy ship owner. Their engagement was a source of pride for both families, and everyone in Marseille was looking forward to the wedding. But as the joyous day of Edmond's return approached, a dark cloud loomed on the horizon. Jealousy and envy took hold of some, and they began to plot against Edmond. Fernand Mondego, a fisherman who had once been romantically involved with Mercedes, couldn't bear the thought of her marrying someone else. He had hoped that she would choose him, but when she rejected him, his feelings of love turned into bitter resentment. Danglars, on the other hand, was envious of Edmond's success. He had been passed over for promotion in favor of the younger man, and he felt that Edmond had stolen something that rightfully belonged to him. Together, Fernand and Danglars hatched a plan to destroy Edmond. They would accuse him of being a royalist sympathizer and get him arrested. Little did they know that Edmond was about to foil their plan and expose their treachery. As the fateful day of Edmond's return arrived, a sense of foreboding hung in the air. The townspeople gathered at the docks to welcome him back, but there was a strange absence among them. Mercedes was nowhere to be seen. Edmund searched for her among the crowd, but she had vanished. Had she changed her mind about marrying him? Or was there something more sinister at play? Just then, an officer approached Edmund and handed him a sealed envelope. "This is for you, Mr. Dantès," he said. "It arrived just before your ship docked." "It's from the prosecutor's office." Edmund's heart skipped a beat as he read the contents of the letter. It contained a formal accusation, charging him with treasonous activity and calling for his immediate arrest. Edmund's blood ran cold. He knew that the men who had conspired against him had succeeded. He was being framed, and there was no one there to help him. Suddenly, the officer placed a hand on Edmund's shoulder and said, "Mr. Dantès, I'm sorry, but you are under arrest." Edmund struggled against the officers who tried to handcuff him, but their grip was too strong. The crowd, which had been watching the scene unfold, gasped in surprise. What had happened to Edmund Dantès? How could he, a beloved member of the community, be accused of such a serious crime? And who was behind this wicked plot? As the officers dragged Edmund away, he caught sight of Fernand Mondego in the crowd. Their eyes met, and for a moment, Edmund saw a flicker of triumph on Fernandez's face. Could it be that his old rival was behind this treachery? But why? What had Edmund ever done to him? Meanwhile, at the prosecutor's office, Edmund's hopes for a fair trial were dashed. The evidence against him was fabricated, and the prosecutor was determined to secure a conviction. No one came to his defense, and no one believed his protestations of innocence. The townspeople who had once cheered his name now turned their backs on him. Edmund's world crumbled around him. His future, which had been so bright and promising, now looked bleak and hopeless. He had been betrayed by those he had trusted, and he was about to be punished for a crime he didn't commit. Alone in his cell, Edmund pored over the letter from Danglars, searching for clues to unravel the conspiracy against him. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the cell, Edmund noticed something peculiar. Danglars' handwriting, though elegant and precise, bore a striking resemblance to that of another. Mercedes, could she be involved in this plot? The thought shocked him, but the possibility couldn't be ignored. The realization sent a chill down Edmund's spine. Could the woman he loved be behind his downfall? Driven by this suspicion, Edmund resolved to uncover the truth. He knew that he had to find Mercedes and confront her, but where could he find her? In his desperate search for answers, Edmund pored over maps and documents, trying to piece together the clues. As the days turned into weeks, he became increasingly convinced that Mercedes was indeed part of the conspiracy. The thought pained him, but he knew he had to act. With newfound determination, Edmund devised a plan to confront Mercedes. He needed to get close to her without revealing his identity. So he disguised himself as a sailor and joined her ship as a member of the crew. As the ship set sail for Marseille, Edmund's heart pounded with anticipation. He knew that this was his chance to uncover the truth, but he also feared what he might find. Upon arriving in Marseille, Edmund followed Mercedes to a luxurious mansion on the outskirts of town. He watched from afar as she entered the house, and then he slipped away unnoticed. There he encountered the enigmatic Abbé Faria, a priest who had a mysterious past. Abbé Faria took Edmund under his wing and became his mentor, guiding him through the treacherous waters of deceit and betrayal. The priest shared his vast knowledge and experience with Edmund, helping him to hone his skills and prepare for the challenges ahead. Together, they formulated a plan to expose the conspiracy and clear Edmund's name. However, as Edmund got closer to uncovering the truth, he found himself in greater danger. Those who had framed him were powerful and ruthless, and they would stop at nothing to protect their secrets. Edmund had to be cautious, for if he was caught, he would never see freedom again. The clock was ticking, and Edmund knew that he had to act fast. He had to expose the conspiracy and clear his name before it was too late. But as he delved deeper into the mystery, he uncovered secrets that threatened to destroy everything he believed in. Will Edmund be able to escape the clutches of his enemies and reclaim his freedom? Or will he be lost forever in the labyrinth of deceit and betrayal? Find out in our next episode as we continue to follow Edmund Dante's journey for justice, love, and freedom. And there you have it, folks, the dramatic conclusion to our retelling of the Count of Monte Cristo, Chapter 1, The Arrival at Marseilles. We hope you enjoyed this thrilling tale of adventure and betrayal. If you did, don't forget to show your support. Thanks for watching.